Jidak, what up?
Yo, ski.
We back at it.
Yeah, man.
Jock, it's so much going on in hip hop, man. And you the perfect person to talk to about it.
Feels good to know that you feel that way.
It feels good to know that your opinion matters.
Yes, it does.
Everybody wants to hear from Jock these days.
Oh, this man here.
Truth is truth, brother.
I think what it is I be having a different angle on how I see things.
Okay, well, let's start here then.
Mm-hmm.
New York podcaster, Taxstone. Familiar with that name?
Yeah.
Just found guilty yesterday of manslaughter, assault in the first degree, assault in the second degree, and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. Facing up to 25 years in prison. Already did 6. You know, he was looking at murder and attempted murder, and he was found not guilty of both of them charges. What's your thoughts on this?
You know, I don't really be wanting to get into too much of that because it's active as we speak. I be knowing people on both sides of the tracks, and I just think it's unfortunate that the cycle has to keep repeating itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what the outcome is, there's always an outcome. You know what I'm saying? For one, a man lost his life. Troy, security guard, 33 years old. Man's lost his life. You know what I'm saying? Troy shot, Taxstone sitting here, possibly could do, whatever above that 6 that he's already done. Who knows? I'm not a judge. I'm not the jury, nor am I an attorney. But I will say this. There's always an outcome, and it keeps being the same outcome. It just depends on which side of the outcome you land on. You know what I'm saying? So I've reported the story a few times, and, I just think it's unfortunate all the way around. The whole scope of it, just period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the politics of it all, I don't really want to get into all that. You know what I mean? But I do think that we got to figure out a way to end this narrative, man. Because stuff be senseless sometimes. It's just emotions run high. At the moment, it's like common sense is out the window because at that moment it's eye for an eye, it's fin for me. And, that's how it goes. And when everybody's taking that approach to anything in an altercation, again, there will always be an outcome. Just not to say too much on it, you know what I'm saying? Still very fresh. Oh, boy, it's fresh.
Nah, it is. I mean, it's unfortunate, man, because this world of hip hop, man, it's dangerous. I mean, you got, it's one thing for dudes who are fans of the cultures or dudes who are still in the hood and they looking at rappers who are getting all this money as food, right? But that's not the case between these two. Both of these brothers was getting money. Both of them was doing their thing respectively, and they had beef. And it all came to a head. Now you got, in Tax case, he's a executive, he's a professional, he's a businessman, and Troy, he's all of the above and rapper. And these two are going at it, fighting to the death. And it's like, at what point does this end, number one? And then number two, Troy took the stand against Tax. And it leads to a question like, especially in hip hop, what is considered snitching? Troy's man, Banger, was killed. Like legit, he is no longer here.
Right.
And there's people who are condemning him for taking a stand, you know, to tell what happened. Obviously, he was shooting, and some of his time was reduced for taking a stand, but it's a weird situation everybody's in.
It ain't weird. Something is weird when you don't know it. It's weird. It's like, weird is like weird is like a scrutinized version of ignorant. It's like, it's weird because you don't know it. It's weird. You know, ignorance is the lack of knowledge of something, right? So we know this. We know this every day. People, our culture, we stand on the wrong morals a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We are willing to condemn. We are willing to hurt, kill, remove, extract a snitch, right?
Yep.
But why don't we and we'll stand on that shit. I mean, wholeheartedly in front of the church, stand in front of the God about no snitching. But we'll not take that same energy and stand on the morals of not killing each other, not crossing, double crossing, or triple crossing each other. See, that's why I be having a problem, man. That's why I be like, hold on, wait a minute, time out. Wait. Y'all want me to ride for this narrative, but y'all like y'all scared to ride for this narrative? Wait. Time out. It's almost like saying, on one end, oh, you got to take a bath, but on the other end, you don't care if a motherfucker put on dirty clothes. You kind of get the analogy? Like, you can't stand on no snitching, but don't turn around and stand on don't kill thy neighbor. I'm just saying, it's just a little food for thought. I ain't gonna get too heavy on it because I understand why we don't understand it. You know, so I think a lot of us are distracted. And there are great ploys and tactics used to distract us. And it happens every day, all day. I see it. I get distracted sometimes. I'm human. Let's be for real. I'm not sitting here trying to play like I'm this extraordinary civilian. Nah, man, I'm human. And I myself get distracted. But it takes a certain level of self-governing and self-awareness to say, hey, let's recalibrate. Let's realign. Let's get back to your focus. You know, so a lot of us don't know how to focus because we don't know what to focus on. We're focused on the distraction. Can you imagine being focused on a distraction your whole life? And some people, we're distracted for so long that we're chasing the distraction and there's never a focus, a real focal point for us to focus on because we everything that distracts us, we're pleased by it. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. Let's just look at it. Right now, a kid, these kids who just got convicted of XXXTentacion's murder, they got $15,000 apiece. What? That's a distraction. You mean you tell me a distraction is $15,000 in your hand is worth your life, your freedom? Not even just yours. This young man who y'all took out is worth that? He was distracted. He was caught up. He was worried. He was concerned with the money and not concerned with your life or that person's life. Because if things would have been different, what if he'd pulled out and they turned around and lost their life? You know what I'm saying? So somewhere in there, we got to just understand that we're way too distracted every day, all day.
You know, that's so well said on your part. And this is why your perspective is so welcomed in the world of hip hop. Like, who knew Jock had all this wisdom in him? Like, every time you do an interview, every time you sit down and share your thoughts, it becomes abundantly clear that you are so much more than just the entertainment side that the world has come to know you as. Very, very great perspective.